The Orlando Magic were one of the NBA's surprise teams last year, in large part due to the emergence of Jalen Suggs. The fifth overall pick in the 2021 draft made drastic strides as a shooter this past season, and was also named to an all-defensive team. Entering the upcoming year, the Magic will have expectations the franchise hasn't seen in over a decade. While Suggs is a big reason for those, there are areas of his game he can improve to make sure the team matches or exceeds the hype. I'm going to take a deeper dive into Suggs' game to highlight what he does well and what he can improve on to ensure he and the Magic take it to the next level. The first 2 years of Suggs' career as an outside shooter were rough to say the least. In that span, he shot 27% on just under 400 attempts from deep. However, there were encouraging signs to end his second season, as he made 36% of his threes following the All-Star break. That carried over in year 3, where Suggs shot 40% from 3 and was a much-needed shot in the arm for a Magic team that lacked outside shooting. Now a threat to shoot from deep, Suggs is a threat to attack closeouts and create for himself and others. This play starts with a Magic offensive rebound. Though as Paolo Banchero swings the ball to Suggs, he's already decided to go downhill as the defender rotates to close out. Suggs dribbles towards the paint, and as a second defender rotates, he knows Franz Wagner will be open after relocating. He finds him, and it leads to an open three. While it was just 20 attempts, Suggs knocked down 60% of his threes coming off handoffs this past season. The threat of shooting out of that action or getting downhill also helped create for others. Here Suggs gets the ball in the handoff, and DeJounte Murray has to work around Banchero. Though as this is going on, look at number 2, Caleb Houston. He's relocating to the right corner and is Trae Young's defensive assignment. Though as Suggs gets downhill, Young has to stay in front of him and can't follow Houston. That means the Magic will have a 2-on-1 advantage over on the right side of the perimeter. Suggs notices and ends up finding Houston, who knocks down the open corner 3. Now we look at Suggs' specialty, his defense. His football background shows on this end of the floor, as his mix of lateral movement, instincts, and physicality resemble those of a free safety. Another skill that sets him apart is his ability to navigate screens. The Nuggets here running their dangerous Jamal Murray-Nikola Jokic pick and roll. Though as Murray uses the Jokic screen, look at the way Suggs works right through it as if nothing happened. That's a rare skill. As a result, Murray isn't able to create separation from Suggs and is forced into an off-balanced jumper. Here Suggs defends Darius Garland, and the Cavaliers want to reset by giving him the ball off a handoff. Though look again at Suggs. He quickly goes under the screen and within seconds gets back to Garland. With little room to operate, Garland travels and Suggs forces the turnover. Here comes the biggest question for Suggs entering his 4th year. How will he fare operating out of pick and roll? In the Magic's playoff series against the Cavaliers, Suggs really struggled in this regard, as nearly 40% of his possessions as a pick-and-roll ball handler ended in turnovers, and this was a problem in the regular season as well. One consistent trend I noticed in Suggs' turnovers out of the action was underestimating the length of opposing defenders. Here Suggs gets into pick-and-roll with Goga Batadze after the handoff, though after one dribble, Suggs tries to make a pocket pass back to him. While it makes some sense, Batadze's defender is Mark Williams, who has a 7'7" wingspan. Not surprisingly, Williams deflects the pass and it leads to a steal. Here Suggs runs pick and roll with Wendell Carter Jr., and as he gets downhill, Trevelyan Queen makes a nice cut from the right wing. Suggs sees him, but with Domantas Sabonis waiting to defend the roll, your best chance here is likely throwing a pass with touch over him to lead Queen to the basket. Instead, Suggs throws a bounce pass, and Sabonis is able to stick his hand out and gain possession for a steal. Despite the struggles, Suggs did show some flashes when he was operating out of the action. Here the Gonzaga product operates out of high pick and roll. Though as he gets downhill, look at the attention he attracts. Every Hawks defender has eyes on him, and 3 have feet in the paint. Suggs notices this and puts his high school quarterback experience to use, hitting Caleb Houston for a wide open 3 in the corner. The Magic now are running right side pick and roll, where each team only has 2 players on that side of the floor. Though as Suggs takes one dribble, Wendell Carter Jr. quickly slips a screen, and you can already see the advantage. Both defenders remain on Suggs, and only a Kevin Durant rotation could potentially stop an easy dunk here. Suggs notices, and while Durant does rotate, it leads to an alley-oop dunk. Even if Suggs didn't directly have an assist, the Magic showed an ability to score when he was facilitating out of pick and roll. This starts as a double ball screen where both Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner are setting screens for Suggs. Though as Wagner rolls to the basket, the Cavaliers' defense is left scrambling. Jared Allen has to rotate towards Wagner, which now gives the Magic a 2-on-1 advantage on the left side of the court. Suggs passes to Wendell Carter, and with Max Strus rotating towards him, That now leaves Gary Harris wide open, and Carter finds him for a three. Suggs' turnover struggles out of pick and roll should cut down with experience, though him growing as a facilitator out of the action would be a massive boost for the Magic. While Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner both can operate out of the action, the team is one of the worst in the league on a per-possession basis doing so. Given Suggs' improved shooting, where he also shot well off the dribble, he's the guard on the roster with the best chance of being a threat from three who can create for others. The addition of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope this offseason will be a huge help with spacing the floor, and he brings high-end defense to a group that was already one of the league's best in that regard. Watching the Magic last season, you could tell Suggs was the heartbeat of the team, and him continuing to grow offensively could do wonders as their young core looks to build off last season's success. If you made it this far, thank you, and if you enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to stay up to date on my latest basketball analysis.